She said we were leaving.
No, baby, no.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today, we're looking at the worst series finales every year since Lost ended in 2010. We're focusing on shows and franchises that started strong but couldn't stick the landing. Oh, and there will be spoilers. Duh!
Oh, God, my new relationship is exhausting.
I personally apologize to everyone.
2011. The End. Entourage.
I've emailed and called you a dozen times, Ari.
John?
Where you been hiding?
I am in heaven, John. I left my Barry and all my troubles behind.
You vanished.
Compared to some other entries on this countdown, Entourage's ending was far from the absolute worst. It was still a disappointment after investing 8 seasons with these guys.
You quitting, huh?
I did quit. Rumor has you did as well.
Yeah, well, I guess we both got to do what's right for the greater good.
The End is a glass half full, feeling more like a season finale than a series finale. Vince is getting married, but we don't see the wedding. Ari quits his job and is offered a position as Time Warner's CEO, but we don't see if he accepts it.
I don't want you to replace her. I want you to replace me as chairman and CEO. It's my time. And yours.
John.
This is not just about movies. It's about a film division that grossed $4 billion. It's about a television network and 3 premium cable networks. You want a sports franchise? Buy one yourself.
There's no real sense of finality, most likely because the writers knew that an Entourage movie was in the cards. Well, we got that movie 4 years later, and based on the reception, it would have been wiser if the franchise had quit while it was ahead.
They want to know if we're bored and need television.
We don't need anything.
Nope.
2012. It's time. Weeds.
It's 16 miles to the promised land.
When this Showtime series started, Nancy Botwin was an underdog we rooted for, despite her unlawful activity. By the season finale, Nancy was no longer an underdog. She was filthy rich and arguably a sociopath who corrupts everyone around her.
I'm afraid to be alone. I'm making it because I'm your mother, and I care about you, and you're not in a good way. Hear me out. It's time to grow up.
I don't think moving back in with my mommy is gonna help me grow up.
You shot a cake.
I know, I'm a mess.
This isn't reflected in the series finale, which jumps ahead nearly a decade. Characters reunite and reconcile while Nancy is forgiven for her numerous shortcomings. None of it feels earned. As the characters share a joint in the closing scene, all we can think about are the various lives ruined along the way. But hey, it was done in a tongue-in-cheek fashion, so no big deal. The biggest sin is how uneventful the finale feels, affirming that Weeds ran out of juice years ago.
So you better lose.
2013. Remember the monsters? Dexter. Dexter could have wrapped up in several satisfying ways. Miami Metro could learn that one of their own was a serial killer, hunting him down.
I have tickets on this flight. I'm a forensic analyst with Miami Metro.
Yes?
I don't want to tell you how to do your job, but I just saw a guy drop that bag under that chair and then just walk away. I thought maybe he forgot it, but it really looked like he left it there on purpose.
Dexter could wind up on the execution table getting a taste of his own medicine. For a more triumphant ending, Dexter could go up against the ultimate big bad, riding off into the sunset.
I destroy everyone I love. And I can't let that happen to Hannah, to Harrison. I have to protect them.
Oliver Saxon was a forgettable foe, however, so when he leaves Deborah on life support, it comes off as rushed and lazy.
Do what I said, and you won't get hurt.
Dexter puts his sister out of her misery, simultaneously pulling the plug on this dying series. The franchise has since been resurrected multiple times, in fact. Regardless, we'll never forgive the original series for that final scene. Dexter's a lumberjack, and he's not okay. 2014. Last Forever. How I Met Your Mother.
I kept this story short and to the point And you guys still missed it.
Although the True Blood finale lacked bite, we didn't really care what happened to Sookie and Bill by season 7. We were more emotionally invested in How I Met Your Mother, making the final episode feel like a betrayal of everything that came before.
That's it.
That's it.
No, I don't buy it. That is not the reason you made us listen to this.
Oh, really? And what's the reason?
Let's look at the facts here. You made us sit down and listen to the story about how you met Mom, yet Mom is hardly in the story.
The worst part is that this sitcom almost had a decent finale. All they needed to do was end with Ted meeting the mother and cut out that bit where she dies.
Mom's been gone for 6 years now.
Unfortunately, the showrunners were committed to their long-term plan. Whether or not Ted getting back together with Robin made sense anymore. Viewers moved on from Ted and Robin a couple of years ago. The fact that they couldn't move on shows that the audience had grown, but the characters hadn't.
And that, kids, is How I Met Your Mother.
2015. Of course he's dead. 2.5 Men.
What do you think Charlie will do when he gets out of jail?
Well, if the past is any indication, he'll sober up and reflect on his past mistakes, apologize to everyone, and then do something even worse.
2.5 Men was the McDonald's of sitcoms. There were better things out there, but it was a source of comfort food. When Charlie Sheen left, it was the equivalent of removing the Big Mac and replacing it with the McHotDog. Ashton Kutcher was the latter. The menu kept losing items over time, but loyal customers stuck around on the off chance of a Charlie comeback. Following 4 Sheenless seasons, the finale suggests that Uncle Charlie might not be dead after all.
By the way, when this cigar is done, so am I.
Yeah, you calling it a day?
Calling it a career.
You're quitting?
I didn't want to rub your nose in it, but Charlie sent me a big-ass check, so I'm out of here.
After 38 minutes of teasing his return, we didn't get the genuine artifact, but rather a body double who's flattened with a piano. If you wish the same thing would happen to Chuck Lorre, don't worry, he's a step ahead of you.
Winning.
2016. End. The Good Wife.
Though I have been cleared of all but one corruption charge, I wish to spare the people of Illinois any further expense or frustration.
Throughout 7 seasons, Alicia Florrick proved that she was more than Peter's wife. She's an independent career woman who can stand on her own. So how does the series end? With Alicia standing by Peter's side amid another scandal. Diane gets thrown under the bus along the way, slapping Alicia in the final scene. We think this is supposed to be a full circle moment since the show began with Alicia slapping Peter. It never felt like The Good Wife was building to this confrontation, however. It just comes off as random, much like the song choice that closed the series. Alicia and viewers deserved a better send-off than this. It's a slap in the face, in more ways than one. (2017) Fancy Schmancy, The Fairly OddParents.
Best spring break ever! And also the weirdest. I'm just glad we're not with those little rhyming cookie kooks. I'm just happy I can see you again.
If this Nicktoon wanted to go out on top, it should have ended with Season 4's Channel Chasers or Season 6's Wishology trilogy. By Season 10, the show was so desperate for ideas that it gave Timmy a neighbor named Chloe, whom he must share his fairies with, throwing off the show's dynamic even more.
There's no way we can celebrate our friendiversary unless we can find a place where the schmancy and riffraff can live together as one. If only there was someone who was both schmancy and riffraff who could unite the two sides.
Nickelodeon finally canceled the series, but with no sense of closure. Although not the last to air, Fancy Schmancy was the final episode produced.
Check this out! I'm dipping a marshmallow cloud in the chocolate waterfall!
It plays like any other episode, focusing on Timmy and Chloe trying to celebrate Friends Day when we never cared about their friendship to begin with. The title card with Timmy's dad basking in riches sums up why this series was dragged out, prioritizing money over magic.
Oh, feel so schmancy. Gimme. Ow, paper cut.
2018, Chapter 73, House of Cards. 2018 saw two political thrillers come to a close.
May we have the room, please?
Are you sure, ma'am?
Yes, it's all right. Thank you.
Like most elected officials, they didn't live up to the hype. The scandal finale was appropriately titled Over a Cliff, but at least Olivia Pope's story got something resembling closure, even if it was pretty dumb.
Hi.
Hi.
That's more than can be said about House of Cards, which was down to a joker by its finale. While we understand why Kevin Spacey's Frank had to be written off, the show had nowhere to go after that.
He was coming here to kill you.
And then he was going to go to you next.
I couldn't let you destroy him.
Did you want him to die in my bed? Was that your plan?
I didn't have a plan.
It culminated in a final episode where Doug reveals that he killed Frank. A pregnant Claire kills him, and we're left on a cliffhanger that'll likely never be resolved. Even if it is, we're not invested in the Underwood legacy anymore.
No more pain.
2019, The Iron Throne, Game of Thrones. Of all these finales, The Iron Throne was the ultimate letdown. That doesn't mean it was the worst acted or directed finale, but in terms of what was promised and delivered, this cultural phenomenon went up in flames along with King's Landing.
Hinrange mis hosno en noma di Kurupa. Nendiro mentiro hetrika barje karajeiksa.
After Daenerys Targaryen's actions in the previous episode, Game of Thrones couldn't just end. It needed another season to deal with the fallout. Alas, the finale rushes to the finish so D&D can get to work on a Star Wars trilogy that never happened.
You are my queen. Now and always.
There's a let's get this over with carelessness to the finale, in which Jon kills Daenerys, Drogon burns the throne, and Bran is king now. And if there's time, Tyrion gets to rearrange some chairs.
What's this?
A Song of Ice and Fire. Archmaester Ebro's history of the wars following the death of King Robert. I helped him with the title.
2020, Carry On, Supernatural.
My baby brother. No. Well, I did not think this would be the day.
We were torn on which fantasy series had a more underwhelming ending in 2020. Sabrina Spellman's Sacrifice was a cold note to go out on. Where that show only lasted 4 seasons, Supernatural had to deliver on a decade and a half of storytelling.
A friend of mine, Donna Hanscom, she said you were the guy to call. Agent? You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
After seeing the Winchester brothers literally go to hell and back, Sam and Dean deserved to peacefully retire. Instead, Dean dies. Again. Maybe we could get on board with this if Dean went out in an epic battle, but his death is painfully anticlimactic.
Someday you'll return to your valleys and your farms.
Dean's cheated death so many times that we struggle to accept this is the final nail in the coffin. At least Dean goes to heaven this time, but it'll be years until he's reunited with his brother.
Hey, Sammy.
Dean?
(2021) Nevada, Good Girls.
How many times have I told you that?
How many? How many?
How many? How many, Beth?
When season 4 of this juicy dramedy entered production, it was unclear if a fifth was on the horizon.
If there is any impropriety here, I will exhaust every resource to maintain the community's trust.
You can turn it off now.
Although it came close to a renewal, NBC ultimately canceled Good Girls, which has yet to find another home elsewhere. Without the foresight that it would be the final episode, Nevada winds up being a wasted opportunity.
Tell him. Who did this, ma'am?
I don't know.
Part of the episode is an extended dream sequence, revealing that the girls didn't move to Nevada and are still in Michigan. Annie takes one for the team, getting arrested. Ruby considers leaving with her family, although her final decision is ambiguous.
When you decide.
Decide what?
Which family you want to be with.
Beth and Rio get back to work, but he answers to her now. All of this feels like setup for another season we'll likely never see.
In the past, in the present, the future, faith and hope and charity.
2022. Hello, losers. Killing Eve.
Hello, losers.
Sometimes we just want to grab a showrunner by the shoulders, shake them furiously, and scream, "Stop it! You're telling the wrong story."
I did it, Eve.
Don't you mean we did it?
Yeah, but mostly me.
There were two ways that Killing Eve could have ended effectively. One, Eve kills Villanelle, preserving her own humanity at a personal cost. Two, Villanelle seduces Eve, killing what she once stood for and gaining a partner in crime. The show seemed to be leaning toward the second choice, only to go with an inexplicable third option. Villanelle is shot. Not by Eve, but rather a random sniper on Carolyn's orders. Eve cries out for her lost love, and that's it. Well, we'll give the final this. The episode's title is honest, making us feel like losers after investing our time in 4 seasons. 2023, A New World Part 4, Finale, The Flash.
Maybe if we share a piece of ourselves, we can break out of our old cycles of violence and pain. Create a new world for you.
A New World didn't just mark the ending of The Flash. It was the ending of the Arrowverse, wrapping up over a decade of interconnecting stories. Ironically, in a show that revolves around a speedster, the finale's biggest issue was in the pacing department. Being a 4-parter, you'd think there would be plenty of time to flesh everything out.
It's been pretty wild lately.
You think it was a crazy 24 hours before I was born? Wait for Bart's due date. Great.
A New World had so many balls in the air, though, that once we got to part 4, we could barely follow what was going on. The finale just couldn't slow down. At the same time, the show had run out of gas after 9 seasons. We're glad Barry got a happy ending, but this last lap was a slog to get through.
A world where nothing has to be impossible. As long as we believe in it.
2024, End of the Beginning, The Umbrella Academy. And we thought the Flash finale felt rushed and overstuffed in the last episode of The Umbrella Academy. The cleanse begins to reset the timeline again.
I'm sorry, guys. If I'd have known we were gonna die here, I would have cleaned up.
Well, at least your laundry's clean.
Actually, it's not.
Five meets several alternate versions of himself, and it's deduced that the only way to prevent another apocalypse is to create a single timeline where the Umbrella siblings never existed.
One perfect timeline, and the moment we come into existence, boom, shattered to an infinite number of alternate timelines and an infinite loop of time as we try and save the world. How many times was it again? 145,412.
But for some reason, their families will still exist. Our heroes sacrificed themselves, but don't worry, they come back as flowers. We think?
I love you guys. But you're all assholes.
It's just one of the many questions that go unresolved. We'd say that the Hollywood labor disputes were responsible for this convoluted ending, but the scripts were apparently finished before the strikes, so we guess inept writing is simply to blame here.
We gotta hide what we're doing, 'cause what would they say?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. 2025, Party of One. And just like that,
Well, I'm gonna take it out. If it's not done, you can always put it back in, right?
I have no idea.
Sex and the City ended on just the right note. The first movie was a fun reunion. Carrie and company overstayed their welcome with the second movie, but this sequel series was a new low.
And it's not a tragedy, it's a fact. And I just have to start accepting it, full stop.
After 3 seasons of hate watching, HBO did what they should have done years ago. Flush this piece of crap down the tubes. Usually, we wouldn't be so crude, but the finale literally featured a clogged toilet and more than water comes back up. Whether intentional or not, it's a fitting visual representation of this franchise's downhill spiral.
I don't have a problem with French cheese.
Oh, did the toilet overflow?
Not did, is overflowing. And there seems to be no end.
Oh, sorry, Mark.
The finale overflows with verbal crap as well, closing on Carrie delivering a monologue about being on her own.
The woman realized she was not alone. She was on her own.
Only one like you.
We guess that's why it's called Party of One, but really, it's a number 2. Do you think the Lost finale was that bad, especially when stacked up against some of these other endings? Let us know in the comments.